Welcome back. Get your popcorn ready. And also, buckle up. It is time for our head-to-head championship here on Midco Sports tonight. Alex Heinert taking on Jody Norstead, a North Dakota battle for all the marbles. And by all the marbles, I mean some confetti and bragging rights until the show resumes in the fall. So a lot on the line. And also, let's not forget our fantastic jury, Tom Neiman, Elena Lanson, and Jason Andera, making my job easier and decreasing my stress level. Blessed. Anyways, we did a coin flip, and Jody won. He has elected to go first. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Okay, same. All right, question number 1. Real Madrid manager Zinedine Zidane stepped down this morning just days after winning his 3rd straight Champions League title. What is the best sports example of someone going out on top? Jody.
Well, I'm going to go to the NFL, the prize of all sports, and I'm going to tap on John Elway and walking off as a back-to-back Super Bowl champ in 1999, which he should have been playing the Minnesota Vikings. Stupid Atlanta Falcons had to beat them. We all know what happened. But being the MVP of Super Bowl 33, he had a memorable rushing touchdown in that game, gets carried off on his teammates' shoulders. There's no better way to ride off into the sunset than win 2 Super Bowl champions in a row after not winning it for so long. I mean, this guy came into the league in the 80s, and he finally wins one in the late 90s. So impressive stuff from John Elway when he walked off, and now he's runs the show in Denver.
All right, Alex.
Love John Elway, one of my favorites growing up. I'm going to fact check Jody, though. The helicopter touchdown run was against Green Bay in Super Bowl 32, not in Super Bowl 33.
Him and his fact checks.
John was great, but I think what John did was basically the same thing that Peyton Manning did for the Broncos just a couple of years ago, winning a title and then riding off into the sunset. Give me Bill Russell. Bill, in 1969, wins his 11th NBA championship in 13 years. And not only as a player, he was the coach of that Celtics team as well, a player coach to win a title and then walk away. I don't know if you can get much better than that, Bill Russell.
I'm going to fact check Alex. I said memorable touchdown run, and he did have a touchdown run in that game against Atlanta.
Oh, my goodness. Anywho, judging panel, starting with Elena Lanson. What do you got?
Alex, I like the player coach, and I like the Peyton Manning reference.
Peyton Manning.
This is a headache. We had protocol breaches on both sides. We had some sour grapes about the Vikings from Jody, and then if you can't fact check your opponent and get away with it on this show and this event, I'm going to have to go with Jody. Just
that was written in the rules of Midco Sports tonight. Jandy.
I grew up a huge Elway fan as well, but I think the best example of going out on top is better exemplified by what Alex said with Bill Russell.
That is pretty cool. All right, Alex Heinert wins question number 1. He's
I
up
won't
1-0.
fact check again. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I deserved it.
I didn't get that memo.
All right, question number 2. NHL player Brad Marchand has a history of licking opponents. We have video of this. How should you penalize a player for licking another player? This is not okay. Alex, what do you think?
Oh, Brad. First of all, that is the definition of gross misconduct, which was a rule that was taken out of the yearbook a couple of years ago from the NHL because it was deemed redundant. To me, I think the punishment should fit the crime. I think that's a penalty. Go to the box for 2 minutes, and you have to have something disgusting put in your mouth for those 2 minutes. Not something toxic. I want to go a little further than soap. I want something like stink bait or something like that.
Ew.
I want some real deterrence to not have this be a part of the NHL. This is gross. It's just get this out of here. Find a way to make this not be a thing.
I thought you were going to say someone has to lick you for your time in the penalty box. Anyways.
Who would want to sign up for that show?
Yeah, absolutely not. Okay, Jody, what do you think?
I like this. We are in an era of Vegas, all the theatrical stuff that they have before the game, so why not let's get a little bit crazy and have Brad Marchand go to center ice before the game, and he has to stick his tongue on the ice, a la Christmas Story, get it stuck on there, and maybe for 30 seconds have him do that, and then have to play after that because they say hockey players are tough, right? Well, show the ultimate toughness. If you're willing to lick one of your opponents out there on the ice, you should be willing to lick the ice.
Injury report, frozen tongue. All right.
You wouldn't have a cup of warm water, would you?
Oh, my God. All right, Elena, what do you think?
All right, I'm all about the entertainment factor. Let's Christmas Story it up.
All right.
Those are great answers, by the way, from both. But I'm going to go with Alex just because of gross misconduct. I like that.
Gross misconduct.
Both cruel and unusual ways to punish hockey players, but the ice one was specific and it stuck with me.
Literally. Okay. That was horrible. All right, all tied up 1-1. Moving on to the basketball court. What will LeBron do differently as he prepares to make another decision this offseason? Jody Norstead.
Okay, so the safe play would be just to, go ahead and announce it, have reports come out about it, do the press conference eventually with the new team. But if LeBron wants to win fans back from what he did last time, why not have a guy like Will Ferrell interview him? Maybe Will Ferrell's dressed up like Tropic Thunder style. I think that's the movie, right? No.
Yeah.
What's the Will Ferrell basketball movie?
It's
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
Judging panel, quiet
have
down.
Will Ferrell interview
Fact check.
him and just have it be a complete spoof. You can air it on SNL or something like that. And you can kind of win fans back, maybe throw money to charity again. I think
There
LeBron
we
could win
go.
fans back that way.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Alex.
Tropic Thunder with Robert Downey Jr. and Jack Black.
Another fact check, really?
Close. They were the Flint Tropics. They
The
were
Tropics.
really close. No, that's not a fact check. That's just a comment. Obviously, the press conference with the kids did not go over well. I would not use the words "taking my talents to" anywhere in this conversation. I think what he did last time, really, putting an article out in Sports Illustrated, the whole "I'm coming home" thing, that was really touching. But part of it was because he was coming home. I think no matter what he does, if he decides to leave for LA or Philly or San Antonio or wherever he goes, whatever he does, it's not going to matter. People are just going to hate on LeBron because that's what people do.
Oh, that's true. All right, judging panel, contain yourselves. Jandy's losing it over there. But Elena, what do you think?
Obviously, I wasn't a fan of the decision just by the way he went about it, but it did raise $6 million for charities. So if he does it again, I would love the spoof, and I would love him to go a little bit further and raise much more money. So, all right, Jody, got another one for me.
All right, Thomas Neiman.
Yeah, I would prefer low key, but anyway, if you're gonna do it big and do it huge and do it Tropic Thunder style with Will Ferrell. And so yeah, Jodes, let's do that.
Oh.
Yeah, but I got outvoted.
Oh my goodness. All right. Jody Norstead up 2-1. Moving on to question number 4. Should Major League Baseball use a computer to call balls and strikes? Alex.
Boo, no, this should not be a thing. I am all for replay in certain instances in sports that can define games, close calls. I know balls and strikes can define a contest, but the thing is, pitches start every single play in baseball, and I don't want to have a machine telling me whether or not that ball was on the corner or outside. Part of that human element is what makes sports fun and makes sports real, and I don't think you want to take that away, especially from a game like baseball, one of our oldest, most cherished, traditional sports. Don't do it. Not a good idea.
All right, Jody Norstead.
I would argue that you could even take it one step further. Let's get this implemented in church league softball. Let's get this in men's and women's leagues in cities, because there's sometimes when I'm sitting at the plate, the ball is clearly high and the ump still calls it as a strike. And I've gotten struck out several times in church league softball. And I would like to see it taken one step further. Major League Baseball, blow it up. I mean, we're using instant replay, right? Why not? Let's go over the top.
Gosh.
Computers, balls, strikes. We have the technology. Why not get the call right every single time?
That is God calling the balls and strikes there. You can't argue that. Anyways, judging panel, what do you think? Elena.
I'm going to have to go with Jody just because I think it would cut down on a lot of fights, a lot of, missed calls.
I love the fights.
The fights are so much fun, though. Am I allowed to say that? Obviously, someone liked my answer.
Somebody win?
Where did those come from? Okay, Tom Neiman.
I lost my train of thought, but I think I'm going to go with Jody. I agree with Alex. You got to have the human element, but that should be from the players. If you can go balls and strikes and get it right, I think you should do that. I'm going to go with Jody.
Yeah, I'm not a traditionalist in baseball. Get it right. They do it in tennis. Jody, congratulations.
Did we just crown Jody?
And
did.
with that,
Head-to-head.
Jody Norstead is the head-to-head champion. Oh my goodness! Congratulations to Mr. Norstead. Oh, look out for all the
We're the
confetti.
opponents.
Oh
We're
my-
the opponents.
Oh
Thank you, guys.
my gosh!
My favorite
Congrats.
team, the next question, best team ever, was the Midco Sports Network team. So
Oh my gosh!
Oh, take it away from me.
Wow. All right, you win again. Okay. And congrats to Alex on a great season. Woo. Okay, anyways, it has been a wild ride in this sports debate. We can't wait to see what the future holds for Head2Head right here on Midco Sports tonight. But everyone breathe. We still have one segment left on our season finale of MST. We are ending on a lighter note, bringing you the best of Trick Shot Tuesday. That's coming up after the break. Stay right here.